All right. So have you ever wondered what the real difference is between branding and uh, marketing and advertising?
Yeah, it's something that a lot of people get confused by.
Especially when you're first like starting out with a project or a business.
Absolutely.
You hear these terms all the time, but like, what do they actually mean?
Yeah, it's a really common misconception to think they're interchangeable, but they're actually all totally different and super crucial for success.
Okay, so walk me through it. Like, how are they different?
Think of it this way. Imagine you're building a car.
Okay, I'm following.
Branding is kind of like the soul of the car.
Hmm.
It's the feeling you get when you see it, the reputation that it carries.
Oh, okay.
It's what makes a Ferrari different from a Ford, even if both get you from point A to point B.
So it's more than just like the logo or the color
So
scheme. It's like
exactly.
the whole vibe.
It's the intangible essence that separates one company or product from another.
Okay,
It's about crafting an identity that resonates with your audience on like an emotional level.
that makes sense.
Mhm.
I guess it's kind of like how you might buy a certain brand of coffee, not just because it tastes good, but because like you identify with their values.
Right, right.
You know, like if they're fair trade or sustainable or something.
Exactly. A strong brand builds trust and loyalty.
Yeah.
It's about creating a connection that goes beyond just like buying and selling.
Hmm. That's interesting. So where does marketing fit into our car analogy?
Marketing is the engine that drives people towards your car.
Okay.
It's about understanding your target audience, who they are, what they need, where they hang out,
Hmm.
and then crafting a strategy to reach them effectively.
Okay. So it's about getting the right message to the right people at the right time,
Absolutely. It's about choosing the most effective channels to connect with your audience.
like social media and stuff.
Yeah, social media, email marketing, content creation, or a combination of tactics.
So it's a lot more strategic than just like shouting into the void and hoping someone hears you.
Exactly. It's about understanding the customer journey and guiding them towards making a purchase or taking like a desired action.
This is making me think about all the different ways companies try to reach me. Like all those personalized ads that seem to follow me around online.
Right.
Is that part of marketing?
Yeah, that's a great example. It's called targeted marketing.
Interesting.
Uses data to reach specific individuals with tailored messages. It's become incredibly sophisticated, leveraging algorithms and user behavior to pinpoint the right audience.
Wow, so marketing is a lot of behind the scenes work.
It is.
It's all about strategy and targeting.
Exactly.
While branding is more about the feeling and the perception people have.
Exactly. Now, where do you think advertising fits into all of this?
Hmm. If branding is the soul
Yeah.
and marketing is the engine, I guess advertising would be.
Yeah.
The sleek paint job and those like eye-catching headlights.
I like that.
It's what grabs your attention when you see the car out on the road.
Yeah, that's a fantastic analogy. Advertising is definitely the more visible component.
Right.
It's the billboards, the social media ads, the commercials, all those attention-grabbing messages that are designed to promote your product or service.
So it's all about getting the word out there, making a splash, and driving people towards your brand.
Exactly. Advertising is often used to create awareness, generate leads, and ultimately drive sales. It plays a crucial role in bringing your brand's message to life and persuading people to take action.
But wouldn't like a super flashy ad totally fall flat if the brand itself wasn't strong?
For sure.
Or if the marketing strategy wasn't targeted?
Yeah, you're right.
It feels like all these pieces have to work together.
They absolutely do. They're all interconnected.
Yeah.
You could have the most captivating ad in the world, but if your brand lacks substance or your marketing efforts are misaligned, it's just not going to work.
It's not going to resonate with your audience.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're saying that a solid brand lays the groundwork.
Yes.
Marketing is kind of like steering people in the right direction.
Right.
And advertising is that final push that captures their attention and gets them to take action.
Precisely. Think of them as a team all working towards a common goal.
To build a successful and memorable brand experience.
Exactly.
This is starting to make so much more sense. I'm already feeling more confident about navigating this whole branding and marketing and advertising world.
That's great.
But I have to admit, it still feels a little overwhelming.
I get it.
Like, where do you even begin when you're first starting out?
That's a great question, and it's something we'll delve into next.
Awesome.
It's easy to get lost in the complexities, but we'll break it down step by step, starting with the foundation. Your brand.
All right, looking forward to it.
Me too.
Hmm.
You know, it's fascinating how we've been talking about branding and marketing in terms of businesses.
Yeah.
But these concepts actually apply just as much to individuals.
Oh, you mean like personal branding?
Exactly.
I've heard that term, but I'm not sure I totally get it.
Think about how you present yourself on social media
Okay.
or at networking events. even just in everyday conversations,
Right.
you're essentially marketing your skills,
Oh.
your experiences, and your personality.
So I'm like a walking, talking brand.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
have a unique set of values,
Okay.
strengths, aspirations that make you stand out from everyone else.
Right.
Personal branding is all about consciously crafting and communicating that identity.
Makes sense. So like if someone's looking for a graphic designer,
Right.
they're not just looking at portfolios.
No.
They're also trying to figure out if that person would be a good fit for their company culture.
The exact.
Someone they could see themselves working with.
Absolutely. Personal branding is about showcasing not just what you do, but who you are.
Right.
It's about building a reputation and attracting opportunities that align with your goals.
That makes sense. Okay, so whether it's a company or a person, building a strong brand is key.
It is.
But I'm kind of still stuck on that overwhelmed feeling.
Yeah.
Like, where do you even begin when you're trying to build a brand from scratch?
It all starts with introspection. Oh, go.
Before you even start thinking about logos or taglines,
Yeah.
you need to define your core values. What do you stand for? What makes you different? What problems are you solving for your audience?
So it's not just about like looking cool or trendy or whatever.
No, not at all.
It's about figuring out the heart of your brand.
Exactly. Your brand is a reflection of your essence,
Okay.
and it should guide everything you do, from the products you create to the way you interact with your audience.
That reminds me of that Simon Sinek quote.
Which one?
People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it.
Yes, that's it. It's the why that fuels a truly compelling brand. Okay, so once you've figured out your core values, then you could start thinking about your target audience.
Okay.
Who are you trying to reach? What are their needs, desires, and pain points?
So it sounds like there's a lot of like research and soul searching involved before you even get to the fun stuff.
There is.
You know, like creating marketing campaigns and stuff. It might seem tedious, but trust me, it's essential. Without a clear understanding of your brand and your audience, your marketing efforts are going to be all over the place.
Like shooting arrows in the dark.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's say you've done all that.
Yeah, right.
You've defined your brand, figured out your target audience. What's next? How do you actually start marketing it?
That's where the strategic planning comes in.
Okay.
You need to choose the right channels to connect with your audience.
Right.
Think about where they spend their time, what kind of content they consume, and what platforms they trust.
So if you're targeting like Gen Z, you might focus on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
But for a more like professional audience, LinkedIn might be a better bet.
Exactly. It's all about meeting your audience where they are.
Okay.
Then you got to craft a compelling message that resonates with their needs and aspirations.
And that message has to tie back to the brand values. Right? It all has to feel like it goes together.
Exactly. Every piece of content you create, every interaction you have should reinforce your brand identity.
Yeah.
Consistency is key to building trust and recognition.
You know, this makes me think about all those companies that try to be everything to everyone.
Right.
Their message ends up feeling so diluted and confusing.
Yeah, that's a common trap.
Yeah.
It's better to focus on a specific niche. Become known for something truly unique.
All right, so let's say you've got your brand.
Okay.
You've got your target audience. You've figured out your marketing channels.
Yeah.
Now, what about the actual content?
That's what all comes down to.
What makes a marketing campaign successful?
There are so many different approaches.
Right.
But some of the key elements are storytelling,
Okay.
authenticity, and value creation.
So it's not just about pushing products.
Yeah.
It's about connecting with people.
Exactly. People are more likely to engage with content that resonates with their values, makes them laugh, or teaches them something new.
This makes me think about those brands that are just constantly trying to sell you something.
I know what you mean.
Or those super gimmicky ads.
Yeah.
It just feels so inauthentic.
It is. And people can spot a fake from a mile away.
Right.
Your marketing should be a genuine expression of your brand's personality and values.
So how do you find that balance between promoting your product and providing value to your audience?
It's all about understanding their needs.
Okay.
And creating content that addresses those needs.
Got it.
Think about educational videos.
Yeah?
Insightful blog posts. Entertaining social media updates.
Right.
Anything that genuinely benefits your audience positions you as a trusted resource.
That makes sense, I guess, if you're constantly giving people something of value.
Right.
They're more likely to trust your recommendations
Exactly.
and eventually become customers.
Precisely. It's about building relationships, not just transactions.
This has been super insightful. I'm starting to see how it all fits together. But there's still one piece we haven't really talked about.
What's that?
Advertising.
Ah, yes, the art of persuasion.
Right.
Advertising plays a crucial role in amplifying your brand's message
Okay.
and driving specific actions.
So it's like the final push to get people to actually buy something.
You could say that, but effective advertising is more than just grabbing attention.
Yeah.
It's about crafting a message
Mm-hmm.
that speaks directly to your target audience's needs and desires.
I'm picturing those ads that like really make you stop and think.
Yeah.
Or those jingles that get stuck in your head for days.
Exactly. Advertising can be super powerful when it's done right.
Yeah.
It can evoke emotions, spark curiosity, and ultimately drive people to take action.
But there's so many different kinds of advertising out
I
there.
know, it's a lot.
How do you even know which ones are right for your brand?
That's where strategic planning comes in again.
Yeah.
You need to consider your target audience,
Mm-hmm.
your budget,
Okay.
and your overall marketing goals.
Yeah.
Do you want to increase brand awareness,
Mm.
drive traffic to your website, generate leads?
So it's not like a one-size-fits-all approach?
Nope, not at all. There are tons of options to explore,
Like what?
from social media ads and influencer marketing
Okay.
to traditional billboards and print campaigns.
It's a lot to keep track of.
It is.
This also makes me think about how much the advertising world has changed because of the internet
It has.
and social media.
Absolutely. Digital advertising has opened up a whole new world of possibilities.
Like what?
Well, you can target specific audiences much more effectively now,
Yeah.
and you can track your results in real time.
That's so cool. But I can see how it would be a little overwhelming for someone just starting out.
For sure.
All this data and stuff.
That's why it's important to start small,
Okay.
experiment with different platforms,
Mm.
and carefully analyze your results to see what's working.
So it's all about testing and refining and constantly evolving.
Exactly. The world of advertising is constantly changing.
Yeah, it moves so fast.
So you need to be adaptable
Okay.
and always willing to learn.
This is all really starting to click for me.
Awesome.
I'm seeing how branding and marketing and advertising,
Yeah.
they're all connected.
They are like pieces of a puzzle.
Exactly. But before we move on, I have a question.
What's up?
Are there any, ethical considerations we should keep in mind when it comes to advertising?
That's a great question, and one we should always be thinking about.
Okay, so we've spent a lot of time breaking down these ideas.
Yeah, we've gone pretty deep.
We talked about defining your core values, figuring out your target audience, building a solid marketing strategy,
Right, all the key ingredients.
and of course, we touched on the power of advertising.
How to get that message out there.
Now, for this last part, I'm really excited to see how it all comes together in the real world.
Yeah, let's get practical.
Can we look at some examples of brands that are, totally killing it?
Absolutely. Let's see how these principles play out in the wild.
Okay, who are we starting with?
Well, how about a company that's basically synonymous with creativity and innovation?
Who are you thinking of?
Apple. They've built an empire on sleek design, cutting-edge technology, and a brand that just screams aspiration and exclusivity.
Yeah, their products are like status symbols.
Right.
People wait in line for hours to get the latest iPhone.
It's like a cultural event.
Exactly.
And they've managed to build this incredible sense of community among their users.
Yeah, people really feel like they're part of something special.
Like they belong to a tribe.
And their marketing is so subtle,
Yeah, it's not in your face.
It's not about shouting about specs and features.
It's more about the feeling.
Exactly. It's about the lifestyle and the emotions that their products represent.
You almost never see Apple ads comparing themselves to other companies.
That's true.
They're focused on the experience, the simplicity, the emotional connection you have with their devices.
It's like they're selling an idea.
More than just a product.
Exactly.
They've mastered the art of storytelling through their advertising.
Creating a world that people want to be a part of.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Apple is a great example of a brand that's built a culture, a community.
More than just selling gadgets.
Yeah. Who else do we have?
All right, let's switch gears a bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about a company that's all about playfulness and imagination.
Intriguing.
Lego. They've managed to stay relevant for decades, captivating generations of kids and adults with those little building blocks.
Lego's been around forever,
I know, right?
and they're still going strong.
They've been so good at evolving with the times,
Yeah.
expanding their reach beyond just toys.
Like what?
They have movies, video games, theme parks.
Wow, a whole Lego universe.
Exactly. But they've always stayed true to their core values.
Which are?
Creativity and learning.
And they're amazing at engaging their audience.
Both online and offline.
Yeah, remember those Lego building contests that they used to have at the mall?
Oh, yeah. Those were awesome.
They always drew huge crowds.
They tap into nostalgia so well.
And they're constantly introducing new things to keep kids excited.
Right, keeping it fresh.
They've also been really smart about user-generated content.
Definitely.
Lego fans are always sharing their crazy creations online.
That's like free advertising for Lego.
And it builds a sense of community.
Exactly. They've created a world where play and creativity are limitless.
Okay, one last example before we wrap things up.
That's good.
Let's talk about a company that's changed the way we shop. Amazon.
Oh, yeah. Amazon's a behemoth.
Their brand is all about convenience and efficiency.
And having like a zillion options for everything.
Right, endless possibilities.
They've made online shopping so easy and personalized.
Almost too easy.
I know, right? A few clicks and boom, you've got a package on your doorstep.
Their Prime membership is a genius move.
Seriously.
Makes you feel like you're part of an exclusive club. And their advertising is everywhere.
Oh, yeah, you can't escape it.
Targeted ads online, product placements in TV shows, they're everywhere you look.
They're even making their own movies and TV shows now.
Wow, they're taking over the world.
It's very impressive.
Amazon's success shows how important it is to understand how people behave.
What makes them tick?
And to keep innovating.
Always staying ahead of the curve.
Okay, those were some amazing examples.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground.
We saw how Apple built a culture, how Lego encourages creativity, and how Amazon's all about convenience.
Each brand found its own path to success.
They all took the principles we've been talking about.
The branding, the marketing, the advertising.
And they used them to create something truly unique.
And incredibly successful.
So it's clear that these concepts aren't just buzzwords.
They're the real deal.
They're the foundation of any successful business.
Or even personal brand.
What I found really inspiring is that building a brand isn't just about making money.
It's about more than that.
It's about connecting with people, making a positive impact, building something that matters.
It's about leaving your mark on the world.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a question.
Okay, I'm listening.
What sparks your imagination? What are you going to create?
This is just the beginning.
The power to build something amazing is in your hands.
Go out there and make it happen.
This has been The Deep Dive. Thanks for listening.